So I've been saving this for a while, this specific genre name, because it's been on my mind for basically forever. But When Vikings Attack is basically what you would call a throw-em-up. It has all the trappings of a beat-em-up, but instead of using your fists, you hurl things in the environment. Everything in the environment, in fact. So the goal of the game on the fundamental level is fairly simple. The idea is to destroy the enemy groups, those being the Vikings, and not let your group be destroyed. The enemies have a white circle around them, and you have a red circle around you. When all of the people in your group are destroyed, you lose the game. So it's non-traditional health in that sense, the health being the amount of people in your group. The gameplay has some trappings of Pikmin to it in ways you might expect. The more people you add to your group, the heavier objects you can lift, and the more people you add to your group, the easier you are to get hit, because, well, your group is larger. You pick up new party members simply by running into them whenever they appear on screen, and they appear on screen either when you lose enough members, or sometimes they just appear because they feel like it. Picking up certain types of people will give you bonuses, such as speed bonuses or allowing you to lift even heavier objects instantly, but you lose those bonuses when that particular member falls out of your group. But aside from the basic mechanics, there is one nuance to the combat that I quite enjoy. Sure, you can pick up and throw all the objects you like, but you can also dash or grab. The X button allows you to dash to dodge enemy fire, or to grab items from enemies that are already holding them, or, my personal favorite, you can catch items the enemy has already thrown, if you time the dash just perfectly. This is dangerous, but extremely satisfying, and often it's your only resort. The game looks quite chaotic in motion, but when you account for the dashing mechanic, it no longer becomes absolute mayhem, but becomes a game of skill. Now suddenly not only do you have adequate movement to get out of the way, but everything your enemy throws at you, you can easily throw back at them, or you can just simply take away their items entirely. It's all about proper timing. So you have the foundation here for a simplistic, incredibly novel take on the beat-em-up genre. There's a good mix of chaosian skilled movement, and surely all you would need to do is throw in a variety of environments and you'd be good. But the developers weren't content with just that and added even more to the gameplay. Oftentimes the new environments will contain entirely new gimmicks. A quick example being that early in the game you'll be able to bounce your thrown weaponry off of signs, so that way they can destroy enemies from angles. Later in the game, you will be introduced to a bomb, which you can bounce off literally any object, not just signs, to destroy your enemy from any angle you choose, if you angle the bomb properly. The genius in a set of mechanics this simple is that even the smallest deviations have an impact on the design, not just the large ones like angling your shot. Things like slopes or roadways suddenly become a much bigger hazard when you're dealing with such a simple set of mechanics around trying to keep your group all together. The game design and level design either introduces new mechanics that make things more complex or tries to limit the mechanics, so that way you have a more difficult time doing what you used to. The bosses follow this premise, so the bosses are basically an extension of the game design itself, just an extreme one. If there was a flaw in the game, I would say it's that I did experience a few bugs, most likely due to the fact that each person in the game has their own individual hitbox, so that can lead to some wacky things happening. But that only happened a couple of times, and it didn't affect my ability to finish the game. This game is a pretty unique take on beat-em-ups, mixing inspiration from several other games, and it's very well designed. A game like this could easily become repetitive, but they did everything they could to prevent that.